All right, what is going on, everyone? Do me a quick favor, smash that like button, drop a comment, and make sure you subscribe to @BrandTechAuth right now. Seriously, you're going to want to be here for this because the price of pretty much all our favorite tech is about to go completely haywire, and it's all because of one thing. Just look at this number. No, that's not a typo. We're talking a 619% increase in the price of basic computer RAM in Japan in just 3 months. This isn't just a little market bump, folks. This is a full-on 5-alarm fire. The tech world already has a name for it: RAMageddon. And look, this isn't some far-off industry problem. No. This is the reason why, if you've tried to build a gaming PC lately, or upgrade your phone, or even just daydream about the next PlayStation, you've probably felt that sudden pain in your wallet. So welcome to RAMageddon. Today, we're going to play detective. We are going to figure out what in the world is behind these insane prices, who the main suspect is, and here's the big one: when, or maybe if, this nightmare is ever going to end. And trust me, this is a global catastrophe. Yeah, Japan's 619% is the crazy headline, but prices have more than doubled in the UK and shot up over 160% here in the US. The point is, no one is safe. If you own any kind of tech, this crisis is knocking on your front door. It has gotten so wild, so out of control, that expert PC building sites, I'm talking giants like Tom's Hardware, have literally just thrown in the towel. They're now publishing guides for PC builds without the price of RAM included. Why? Because the price is so volatile, it changes so fast that their guides are outdated the second they hit publish. That's insane. Okay, so your first thought is probably what mine was. Did a factory burn down? Was there a natural disaster? Something we've seen before. But here's the twist. This wasn't an accident. The truth is, this shortage is happening completely on purpose. And that brings us to our primary suspect, the memory glutton. The culprit behind this entire mess is the biggest, hungriest thing in tech right now: artificial intelligence. That's right, the AI industry's insane appetite is the reason you're getting sticker shock. And this is what AI is starving for. It's called high bandwidth memory, or HBM. Just think of it like rocket fuel for AI. It's the super premium, ultra fast stuff that these massive language models absolutely need to run. It's the lifeblood of the AI revolution. And right here, this is the absolute crux of the problem. It's a production trade-off. See, for every single gigabyte of that fancy HBM they make for an AI data center, the factory uses up the same resources it would take to make 3 gigabytes of the normal DDR5 RAM that goes in your PC, your laptop, your PlayStation. You can see the math here. It's not good for us. Tom's guide had the perfect way of explaining this. Imagine there are only a few giant orchards in the world, right? And they grow all the apples for everybody. Suddenly, this new massive pie company, let's call them the AI industry, shows up and says, hey, we want to buy almost all of your best apples for our super complicated, expensive pies. What happens? Well, there are barely any apples left for the rest of us, and the price for just a regular apple at the store goes through the freaking roof. And those orchards, they are very, very real. Just look at this. 3 companies, SK Hynix, Samsung, and Micron. They control 95% of the entire global memory market. That's basically an oligopoly. So when they decide it's way more profitable to switch production over to HBM for the AI giants, while the rest of the tech world has absolutely nowhere else to go. So this is way bigger than just a headache for PC gamers. The choices made in just 3 corporate boardrooms have created what we can only call an AI tax. And it's a tax that pretty much everyone who touches technology is now being forced to pay, whether they like it or not. And the list of people paying this new tax is getting longer every single day. We're not just talking about PC builders anymore. Oh no, the ripple effect is now hitting anyone with a smartphone, anyone buying a new car, and anyone who uses cloud services, which, let's be real, is all of us. And check out these ripple effects. PC and laptop prices expected to jump 15 to 20%. New smartphones are actually shipping with less RAM than last year's models. We might not see a new PlayStation or Xbox until 2029 because of this. Cloud costs are going up as Amazon and Google pass the bill to us. Even car manufacturing for models years down the road could get hit. It's everywhere. And get this, it's not just the cutting-edge stuff. Even the older, tried-and-true memory like DDR4, the stuff that's in millions of cars and budget PCs, even that is getting scarce. Because when the factories switch their lines over to make HBM, production of everything else gets choked off. Okay, so as if a massive supply and demand crisis wasn't bad enough, now we're going to throw some geopolitics into the mix. This is where we pour a giant can of gasoline on an already raging fire. So here's this standoff, in a nutshell. The US puts restrictions on sending the most advanced AI chips to China, trying to slow them down. China fires back by restricting exports of the critical minerals you need to, you guessed it, make those chips. It's this tit-for-tat tech Cold War that's just making an already broken supply chain even worse. And all of this has led to this new buzzword you're going to hear a lot: friendshoring. See, for decades, companies built their supply chains based on one thing: what was cheapest. Now, they're having to rebuild everything based on political alliances. And that just makes everything more fragile and way more expensive for all of us. All right, so that's the mess we're in. Now for the billion-dollar question. How does this end? When do we get some relief? Well, the experts basically see two totally different ways this could play out. First, the timeline. And brace yourselves. The experts are saying the pain is going to get worse before it gets better. Prices will probably keep climbing through 2026. We won't even see the first new factories start to pump out memory until late 2027. And even then, prices are expected to stay high through 2028. We might see an oversupply in 2029, but man, that is a long time from now. So this brings us to the two possible endgames. On one hand, you have the long slog. This is the scenario where AI demand is the real deal, and these high prices are just the new normal for the next few years. But then there's scenario B, the AI bubble bursts. What if this whole AI boom is just a massive hype cycle? If that demand suddenly vanishes, the market gets flooded with chips, and prices don't just fall, they crash hard. No matter which way it goes, one thing is crystal clear. This incredible, relentless march of AI, well, it isn't free. It comes with a massive hidden cost, a cost that is being passed down to every single one of us. And that really leaves us with the one big question we have to ask ourselves. Is all this progress in AI worth the very real price that we are all paying for the technology we depend on every single day? I really want to know what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching.